Hey, I'm Quinn, and welcome to Off the Backburner, where we help you take your ideas off the back burner. Now, today we're talking about how to be productive even when you're depressed or having a hard time actually doing the work you need to do. And I want to quickly note that I'm not a mental health professional or a psychiatrist or anything like that. So I'd recommend that you go see a proper professional to actually diagnose yourself and deal with your issues. But I do want to talk about some things that I've done because I have struggled with depression throughout my life and I've had to learn how to adapt and actually still be productive. So I want to share some tips with you to help you to still get some things done, even when things are hard. Tip number one is to have clear and structured systems. What I mean here is, if you're depressed or having a hard time, and you're thinking about getting your tasks done, and it's all on you to think about how to do it, how to get there, when to do it, and it's all in your head, it's gonna feel like a lot of extra steps. It's gonna make it more complicated to actually do the task. And when you're not feeling good, that's really hard to do. So if you want to have some success, you need to have solid systems. For example, and I'm not sponsored by these guys, but I use Habitica for my task management and also like tracking my hobbies and different things like that. I use it religiously so that I have everything out of my brain onto something, and when I'm having a hard time even thinking about the task I need to do, I just look at the notes I already put. I also use Google Calendar. I use it for business. I'll invite my business partners to different things we need to do each month. I'll have like things set up on my calendar so I can look at it and be like, hey, I'm doing this at this time. I have a weekly schedule. I have it all written down and organized as much as possible so that I don't have to think so much about actually doing the task. This way, it's easy for me to be like, hey, at this time, I've got to do this. Tip two, don't isolate. Socialize. So like I'm an introvert, so I do like to spend time alone. I like to read books. I like to do things by myself. But when I'm feeling really down, I actually need to be out with some of my best friends. And what I like to do is I like to play disc golf. So I'll play disc golf with them and have a good time and just kind of get myself out of the house and out of my head, and I'm talking with them. And I'm also honest with them about what I'm going through so they can like pray for me, they can talk to me, whatever I need. But I'd encourage you, like, don't isolate yourself when you're struggling. Ensure that you socialize with the right people. Tip three, set boundaries. So when you're not feeling well, something that is really not good to do is to overstretch yourself. It's to say yes to a bunch of things all at once. I remember I worked somewhere and I was like a yes man. I was a people pleaser. And when I was going through it, I still did a bunch of stuff and I forced myself to work through things. This led to obvious worse mental health issues and me not feeling good at all, or even being able to do a good job at the different tasks I was doing. Point is if you need to say no to something so that you can rest, do that. It's important to practice self-care and rest, especially when you're struggling with your mental health. So it's okay to take some breaks. Tip four, break everything down into tiny steps. So if you know you got a task to do and you have your system set up in place, like we talked about in tip one, something important to do is to break that thing down into tiny steps. So instead of thinking about the whole thing, so for example, today I've been struggling. I'm not feeling that good and I've got to do this video. And it's a huge thing for the whole day, a time block. And if I just think about the whole thing instead of the tiny steps, I'm going to get overwhelmed. So right now I'm just focused on, okay, I need to record. And I've broken it down to a very tiny step. I just got to record the content. I've got to talk. The point here is whatever task you're doing, break it down to the tiniest steps possible and make it easier for yourself. And I want you to celebrate when you complete the little steps and even when you begin. Encourage yourself as much as possible, even if it feels stupid. Encourage yourself. I know when I'm not feeling good and people try to encourage me, or I encourage myself, it feels stupid. But these little things actually help our brains to be rewired and to get back on the right track. So I'd encourage you to actually encourage yourself as you go. Tip five, help someone else if you can. So something that is good to do is to volunteer or go out and help somebody out. When you're feeling down, when life feels pointless, sometimes helping someone else out is actually what you need to do. So I'd encourage you to do that. I don't want to share everything that I do throughout the week, but like, I do help out different people with different things. I do like an online group that I really enjoy, and I get to encourage and bless people. I enjoy doing it, and I do it even when I'm not feeling the best because I love to pour out. I love to serve and to give. So I'd encourage you, like, go find somewhere where you can serve, where you can give to people even when you're not feeling that well. And this is only if you can. Like, if you're at a place where you literally can't do what I'm suggesting, don't do it. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. But if you're at a place where you're able to do this, I'd encourage you to, because it's very fulfilling to do more than just the day-to-day. It's fulfilling to serve and help people out. I've got another tip for you. Sometimes when you're struggling and you're depressed, it's easy to think like this is going to last forever. And I want to encourage you to just like let yourself know that this is a temporary thing, that you are going to feel good again. You are going to make it through this. Encourage yourself and remind yourself this is a temporary lapse in time. And this way it's going to be a bit easier to look at what you got to do and be like, okay, I'm not feeling it today, but I can do it. I may not work at the pace I usually do, but I'm going to be able to do this. I'd encourage you to do that. Just like let yourself know the realistic timeline. I encourage you to obviously be easy on yourself and to be realistic and go at a pace that you can actually keep up with. And like, if you usually have a huge to-do list, like don't feel like you have to do it all. Determine the things that you need to do and get those things done. And you know, use the things I taught you today to actually help yourself do that. But yeah, like don't be super hard on yourself. You do need to rest. You do need to take care of yourself, and that's okay. You're human. You have worth. You have value. And I want to just encourage you to work through this and understand that it's most likely temporary. Most of these things are. So with all that said, I want to encourage you to go and get your ideas off the back burner. I'll see you in the next video.